Welcome everyone to today's episode. Today we are going to be talking about self-driving cars. After hearing about self-driving cars for so long, it's really fascinating to be actually one. I had the opportunity to drive a Waymo by using the Uber app recently during a business trip in Atlanta, and it was really fascinating experience to say the least. Today we are going to specifically talking about the navigation stack that make such self-driving possible at all. There are three different layers that come together to make self-driving cars possible from a navigation perspective. The first is the perception layer that enables the car to perceive the world around it. There's three different components. Start with a really good HD map. This is what companies like TomTom really excel at, providing centimeter level map data with lane markings, pedestrian crossings, traffic lights, and so on. This really provides the information that the car needs to localize it. On top of it, the car has a bunch of sensors such as lidar, cameras, radar, which provide additional information, such as lidar gives information on the depth and the distance of different objects around the car by the means of creating the 3D point cloud. The camera systems provide information such as the information of the traffic signals, whether it's green, red, and so on, which is complementing the other sensors which the car has access to. And the stack really works well, not just in broad daylight, but also during the night. As you can see here, the LiDAR does the job of being able to create pretty good 3D point clouds that comes in combination with cameras that are able to perceive even with the low light and HD map to provide context, and the radar sensors which provide information on velocity and motion. The onboard sensors provide information to the onboard compute, which is able to make sense of all of this and go into prediction on what is going to happen in the real world. And this happens multiple times every step. Right? It's a continuous system. And based on this, the car is able to make planning. Right? It's able to pick a spot to pull over or be able to plan its path. And it can also be other complicated maneuvers such as reversing in a parking lot. Since all of the prediction and planning happens multiple times every second, the car really has enough information for it to make the safest maneuvers possible. For example, is a situation in a parking lot where there's a lot of pedestrian traffic. The car does take its time to do multiple predictions and planning, and eventually it takes the most safest path for it to reverse, and it's able to find a path to move forward. That's fantastic. This is really good example of a scenario where the car overcomes complexity. Which takes me to the last part, right? I'm pretty much convinced that this is going to be the future, and I'm really excited to see this being the norm on the ground. I'm pretty much convinced this is going to be the future, not so far, but in the next 5 years.